Hi there, this is Al. Today we're going to be looking at some Mega Evolution Pokemon. We're going to be looking at some of the cards that have been revealed for the next set in the TCG, which features tons of Mega Evolution Pokemon. These are going to come out in like 6 days in Japan, so August 1st, it's going to be coming, and it's going to be pretty exciting, I have to say. So let's go ahead and look. Firstly, we already have seen some reveals, including this Mega Venusaur EX, with Solar Trance or something as the ability. It's gonna be as many times as you like during your turn. You may move a basic grass energy from one of your Pokemon to another. This thing does Jungle Dump for 240 for 4 grass energy. Alright, now Mega Camerupt is also new. Mega Camerupt is a stage 1 Pokemon at 340 HP. It has for 1 fire energy roasting heat, doing 80 plus. It's gonna be specifically doing, if your opponent's active is burned, it does 160 more damage. That's a good amount, I have to say, but we have to get their opponent's active burned. There are a number of ways to do it, but we're gonna have to see if this becomes a meta contender at all. Just off the top of my head, I kind of think back to also Volcarona, who came out in the Black Bolt White Flare set that allows you to make the active burned, I believe. So that is a recent addition to the card pool, but we're gonna have to see if that actually makes its way into Mega Camerupt EX deck or anything at all. Volcano Meteor doing 280 damage for 1 fire and 3 colorless, and then discarding 2 from the Pokemon. Still, 280 damage is a lot of damage, I have to say, and that is something significant. Now, that is an issue a little bit if you're discarding 2 off this Pokemon, because it's not as easy as then attaching from your hand the next turn to power it up. You would have to attach a little more or have some sort of acceleration, so keeping that in mind is what really tethers it to reality, let's say, but it's still something. And if you can get your Pokemon's active burned and you can use that first attack for only 1 fire, that is something too, I would say, but there are some requirements here. Now, Mega Lucario we've already seen, but we have Aura Jab doing 130 for 1 fighting energy. It says you can attach up to 3 basic fighting energy cards from your discard to your bench Pokemon in any way you like. This is good for powering up other fighting types, and so that could be something. That is only for 1 fighting energy. Now for 2 fighting energy, we're doing Mega Brave for 270, and after you do Mega Brave, during your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Mega Brave. So some restrictions here, but this is our main guy for the set, our Mega Brave and Mega Symphonia. This is our other guy. So we're gonna go ahead and breeze past him a little bit, but he is coming. So next is gonna be Mega Absol EX. Mega Absol is a cool Mega, I have to say. It's probably my second favorite, I would say, but we're looking at, first off, this attack. I hope its name stays this way. Doom Period. That's very funny. If your opponent's active has exactly 6 damage counters on it, the Pokemon's knocked out. Now, this is kind of one of those things where it's a kind of a funny move where it's an auto KO if you meet the requirements, but the requirements are kind of hard to get to sometimes. Having to have 6 damage counters on it exactly is one thing, but then also having to power up this Mega Absol and have this thing in play. This thing has 280 HP. It gives up 3 prize cards. It's not the best, I don't think, unfortunately. Now, Cruel Claw doing 200. Is this any better? Well, for 2 dark and a colorless, you get to have your opponent reveal their hand, and you can discard a card that you find there. That is also not the most powerful effect, I have to say, and unfortunately, it looks like Mega Absol is it's having a rough time out here. I mean, I'd love to be proven wrong if there's an easy way to get us, like, to 6 damage counters, and then also make it so that it's fine to have this thing out and play and whatnot. Maybe, but I don't know. Mega Absol, I love you, but this is something. This is on. Alright, now, we have to move to my favorite Mega, which is gonna be Mega Mawile. Mega Mawile is probably my favorite Mega, but I don't know about this card. Let's go ahead and look at this. So, Mega Mawile is at 270 HP. It's also basic. Not the most HP, and again, we are giving up 3 prize cards if knocked out. It has Greedily Devour for 2 metal energy, doing 80 for each prize you have taken. So if you were gonna use this, you would bring this out late game with the intention of using this move to then do 80 for each prize you've taken. That is something, but then the other move, let's go ahead and take a look at Big Bite, 260 for metal colorless. That is a good chunk of damage, but if you read, if your opponent's active already has damage counters on it, before this attack does damage, the attack does 30 damage instead. Okay, I hate this, but that is something to rein it in. So that's a drawback, Now, of course, you could use this as a Pokemon to go for, we're like going for a one-shot because there's no damage on them, but like, if I'm bringing this thing out late game or something because of the synergy with the first attack, like, we're gonna probably be having damage counters on the big Pokemon, on the big Megas and stuff. But like, yeah, I just don't see it with this Mawile either. I really love Mega Mawile, but I don't know about this card. We're gonna have to see. I mean, maybe it'll be great. Maybe it'll actually work and be good, but we're gonna have to see. I don't think so, though. We're gonna still test it, though. But yeah, that's these guys. So, Mega Abomasnow EX, at 350 HP, it's water type. This thing, at 350 HP, I don't think I've seen 350 HP as a number, really, for HP in a while, but we have it. Anyway, Avalanche Hammer doing for 2 water energy, 100x. So you discard the top 6 cards of your deck, which is a lot. You discard that, and then for every water energy you find there, you're doing 100 damage. Now, for this to be, like, super meaningful, I would say you have to discard, like, 3 water energy. Now, there's not a great amount of ways to stack the deck in the TCG right now. We have maybe Cypher's Maniac, but even that's only stacking 2, which means it could be a guaranteed 200 damage. And, you know, you can see this probably isn't the best move. This probably isn't the most reliable to get off. What about Frost Barrier for 200? So for water, we're doing 200 damage during your opponent's next turn. This Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. So we are getting 200 damage off, which is, you know, at least guaranteed. But that's still probably not the most. But we are taking 30 less. I don't know how significant that's going to be. But all in all, I think Mega Abomasnow, I don't know. We're going to play with it. We're probably going to test around with it. But, like, once again, it's not phenomenal, I would say. It's nothing I'm too hyped about. I'm sorry, Mega Abomasnow. I'm so sorry. Mega Manectric. I like Mega Manectric. He looks so funny. He's very, very funny. Anyway, this guy here is at 330 HP, electric type. It's a stage 1, and it has Flash Ray for 2 lightning energy, doing 120. So, during your opponent's next turn, prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's basic Pokemon. Okay, I mean, I can kind of see it. I can kind of see, especially, like I said, if the meta is full of basics that are dominating, then that's something. But really, I think right now, maybe, I don't think the meta is full of big basics. At least not ones attacking and stuff, to where this makes a big degree. And 120 damage is also not the most damage. That means we're going to be looking at the second attack, the Riot Blaster, which is very funny. 200 plus here for 3 lightning. You may discard all energy from this Pokemon, and if you do, it does 130 more damage. Alright, that I kind of like a little better. You don't have to discard, but if you discard, you're doing 130 more, which is 330, which is actually hitting a good amount of Pokemon, finally. Now, some of the Megas we've seen already don't quite fall within that 330 threshold, but a lot of Pokemon still do. So this is something. Also, this has free retreat. That's interesting. I kind of like Mega Manectric. I kind of do. Mega Mawile was not a super great. Mega Camerupt, the others, I don't know. But this one I'm kind of digging. I might have to play around with him. Now, Mega Gardevoir, we've already seen before, but we'll go through this quickly again. But yeah, 360 HP here, so that does go over the 330 threshold, but 360 on this Stage 2 Pokemon that evolves directly from Kirlia. So surprising still. But Overflowing Wishes. For each of your bench Pokemon, search your deck for a basic Psychic Energy and attach it to that Pokemon and then shuffle the deck. So that is going to be helpful, especially when we have Mega Symphonia for one Psychic as well, doing 50 times. It does 50 for each Psychic Energy attached to all your Pokemon. You can clearly see the synergy here, for sure. This could be powerful. I think it's going to be a pretty good contender, and a lot of people are going to be trying to play it and stuff. So, really cool stuff. So, Mega Latias EX has also been revealed already, but we'll go ahead and look at it briefly. So 280 HP on here with the dragon typing. So for one colorless energy, we're doing Strafe, and that is doing 40. You may switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. Mirage Pulse is doing 300 for a Mirage of Energy. It's going to be doing Psychic, Fire, and Colorless all together. And you discard all energy when you use this attack. Now, I don't know, but that is hitting a big number, but getting that energy on there might be cumbersome at times. This is a basic as well, and let's not forget that having these Pokemon, these Megas on your bench and stuff, it is 3 prizes. Now, 280 on this Pokemon again, maybe that's a bit of a liability, but we'll just have to see. I think it's gonna be, this could be something, but I don't know if immediately we're gonna be seeing the fruits of it. Alright, Mega Kangaskhan EX is another new one. At 300 HP, it's a colorless Pokemon. Now, we have an ability on this one. We have Run Errand. You can use it once during your turn. If this Pokemon's in the active spot as well, you can use the ability. You draw 2 cards. And that's it, pretty much. But hey, drawing 2 cards is actually pretty nice. Now, you do, again, have to be in the active spot. This thing has only 300 HP. I say only, I mean, that's still kind of a significant amount. It is a basic, but be careful with these things that give up the 3 prizes. But hey, drawing 2 cards is nice, running your errand, but then what about the attack? Now, the attack is doing 200 plus for 3 colorless energy. Rapid fire combo. Flip a coin until you get tails. It does 50 more damage for each heads. Now this is going to be leaving it to a coin flip. Unfortunately, yeah, like you would love to see 2 heads and get up to like 300, or 3 heads and get up to like 350, but of course that is not reliable. Coin flipping is not the most fun mechanic, I have to say, but that is something that is there. But really, I think it's probably not going to be utilized too much. I don't know. We're going to definitely try and play around with it. We'll probably make a little deck with it and try and play around with the ability as well and see how this does, but we'll have to see. I don't know. I don't know about this one. Anyway, that is something. Our Mega Kangaskhan, that is something. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed. We went over a good amount of Mega Evolution Pokemon in this video. I believe that is going to be all the main guys, but I will cover more if they come. However, like I said, the set is coming real soon, real fast, on August 1st, and it's going to be exciting. I think the next video we might be looking at some of the new trainer cards, the new stadium cards, the other new stuff that has come out in this set and everything, and it's going to be really exciting to look at, so I hope you can join. Please let me know your thoughts down below as well. Thank you again, and I hope you have a great day. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!